All right. Here we go. Yo, sorry about that, guys. I was having some technical difficulties. Started talking, getting onto a roll, and realized I'm not even streaming. So I had to take a moment and make sure we're good to go. Again, let me make sure we're here because I've just been having some technical difficulties today, and it always happens when I'm ready to go live. But here we go. I think we're here. I think we're here. All right, guys. So we're on and rocking. You see the title, you see the thumbnail. We're going to get into it. I don't understand. Me personally, I don't understand how elder abuse has become so normalized. It started off, we saw Joe Biden being a victim of elder abuse. We saw his family, we saw Kamala Harris and the Democrats, the whole Democratic machine scream at the top of their lungs that Joe Biden is sharp. Joe Biden is healthy. He's sharper and smarter and more alert now than he was 10 years ago. We heard them claim. Whole time in front of the whole world, we saw Joe Biden. Everyone in real life, everyone on the streets, everyone in person was saying, how could you not see that Joe Biden was facing cognitive decline? This is elder abuse that has been normalized. Joe Biden, it wasn't until they canceled the primaries for him, they covered for him and said he was fine to go. He's fine as president and he deserves 4 more years. They tried to convince you. Normalizing. Don't believe your lying eyes. We're normalizing the fact that this man is elderly and we're going to lie to everyone and say that he's not. Now, fast forward, we get Joe Biden out the paint. We remove him from the running for president in 2024. And now what do we see? Now we see them putting Mike Tyson on the chopping block. Yeah, that's a bit of a transition there, but it's elder abuse what they're trying to do to Mike Tyson. The man, in case you haven't heard, is 58. The man is nearly 60 years old. The man has not been, for the past 20, 30 years, keeping up with his physical fitness. The man has been in retirement since the last 2 losses in a row, 2 consecutive losses he took by way of knockout in 2002, 2004, in the early 2000s. The man has been in retirement, drinking, smoking, doing drugs, harder drugs than just weed, he's been chilling, enjoying his retirement for the past 20, 30 years. And now this man who's reaching 60, they're trying to coax him and lie him into fighting Jake Paul. A man is half his age. It's crazy, and it's like at this point they're making Mike Tyson the butt of the joke. I feel like there's a lot of folks laughing at Mike Tyson. Yeah, gassing him up. You know how you put when you're a kid, you try to energize someone to go get their butt whooped. Yeah. Go fight him. You're big. You can fight. You're tough. Yeah, you can do it. Trying to gas Mike Tyson up. They should be ashamed of themselves. But then behind closed doors, after lying to him, saying, yeah, you're tough. You're the greatest. You're the greatest that's ever been. Yeah, Mike, gassing him up. Then they go back behind closed doors and snicker at him. Yeah, Jake Paul's about to knock him out. You think not? Tonight we're going to talk about it. Tonight we're breaking into it. First, let's check out this article. This is coming from, I always got some articles and some clips to break into. This article is coming from the World Boxing News Network. Headlines read, Mike Tyson baited from retirement for 3rd straight KO loss. This is what they're trying to set him up for. This is what they're trying to set him up for, to pretend as if he's the same fighter that was dominating the competition in the early 90s, almost 30 years ago. Ignoring the fact that he lost his last 2 matches by way of knockout 20 years ago. Let's break into this article. It says Mike Tyson has been pulled from retirement to fight in November on the back of 2 knockout defeats. A third is almost sure to follow. Despite being labeled the baddest man on the planet when he conquered the world as a 20-year-old phenom, Tyson hasn't shown world-class ability really since the late 80s. Many overlook this disheartening fact as a YouTuber teamed with the streaming service to bring his followers a fight that is only a name for the poster and not a formidable opponent. That's what they're doing. They're trying to use the name of Mike Tyson, using his legacy that he's built, and they're really destroying it. They're really trying to destroy it. And you know, boxing, just like a lot of different competitions, of course, there's going to be that racial aspect here. So we can't shy away from the fact that that's an element they're looking to exploit. Mike Tyson was a legendary boxer in his heyday, but the man is almost 60 years old. And now that he's past his prime, these suspected white supremacists going by the name of Jake Paul are looking to cash out on beating him up and destroying and breaking down his legacy, everything that he's built over the course of the past 60 years. Not only that, they're trying to make it so that this match is actually, instead of just an exhibition match, they want this match to go on Mike Tyson's record as an official boxing match. Shameful. Shameful. Elder abuse. If Danny Williams and Kevin McBride could knock Mike Tyson out in the 2004, and this is important, this is what I think people aren't acknowledging. If Danny Williams and Kevin McBride could knock Mike Tyson out in 2004 and 2005 respectively, as the former heavyweight champion was 38. In 2004 and 2005, Mike Tyson was 38. What would a hard-hitting 27-year-old do to a veteran fighter 20 years later? So if in 04 and in 05, he was getting knocked out and he was 38. If he was too old in 04 and 05, what do you think? How much better do you think it has gotten over the course of 20 years later? Do you think that Mike Tyson over the course since 2004, since 2005, getting knocked out twice back to back, do you think he's gotten better since he's retired? He's only gotten older. The man has been drinking and smoking publicly on podcasts. He's smoking drugs publicly. Not weed, I'm talking about hard drugs publicly. For the past 20 years, this is what the man has been doing. And now Jake Paul just wants to cash out on the fact that, oh, I'm going to go beat up an old man, a 60-year-old man. And they're going to lie to the rest of the world as if this is something we should be excited to see. We're supposed to be excited to see some young 30-year-old dude beat up a 60-year-old man? We're supposed to be excited about that? Mike Tyson's form. Judging by Tyson's exhibition in 2020 against Roy Jones Jr., and that's all we have to go on, Mike's punch power is no longer what it was. Even upon his return from exile in the mid-90s, despite Jones stating that every punch hurt him in the contest, the ex-pound for pound number one was never worried during the rounds. Jones respects Tyson as they were both making money, so it definitely could have been common courtesy. It was common courtesy. This was in the 90s when he came back from his hiatus after the whole prison scandal. Mike Tyson has been knocked out in 04 and 05, and the exhibition that he had with Roy Jones was his last real fight. And even then, Roy Jones was like, I'll show him respect, but I wasn't worried about getting knocked out. In the 90s. They're really trying to hype people up to watch this fight. See, the suspected white supremacists will do anything to win. They'll do anything to win. And I know people not going to like to hear that, but that's really what it is at this point. That's really what it is at this point. Talk about beating up a man, getting a man while he's down. The man's in his 60s, 58. Come on. If Jake Paul fights as he's been fighting against veterans far younger than Tyson, and if he hits the professional legend full force, this is important. This is what I want to read. I'm not going to read the whole article, but this is something I do want to highlight. If Jake Paul fights as he's been fighting against veterans far younger than Tyson, and if he hits the professional legend full force, the primary question mark will be whether there's punch resistance there. That's not something you can train. A lot of people are like, yeah, Mike Tyson, he was the greatest fighter ever. He's fast, he hits hard, he's got knockout power. Yes, but you can't train your jaw. You can't train bone deterioration. Do you understand that as you age, the effects of getting hit repeatedly in your skull? Do you understand? You don't just recover. When you're 30, you get into a fight, okay, you can bounce back. You can heal. You've got time to bounce back. When you're 58, you let a 200-pound plus man hit you repeatedly in your head, you don't just bounce back. You don't just heal from that quickly. That's not something you just bounce back from at 58. You're thinking about the damage when people are trying to hype Mike Tyson fans up. Yeah, you know Mike Tyson was the greatest. They're only thinking about the offensive side. They're not thinking about, okay, but the enemy gets a vote. The enemy gets a vote, and you get hit hard enough at the age of 58. Those bones are getting a little brittle, Mike. Those bones are getting a little brittle, Mike. It's really elder abuse. And who would be excited for this? And that's why I had to start off by pointing out Joe Biden. And you might say, how that's a political connection. Why are you bringing up Joe Biden? It's because I don't understand how elder abuse has become so normalized. People don't even see it. People don't call it out. To the contrary, people cheer it. People are cheering Mike Tyson to get into this fight. People are saying, oh, Mike Tyson, why are you getting sick? Why are you postponing the fight? Because the fight was supposed to happen earlier this year. Why did you postpone the fight? You're running. You're trying to hype up a man that's almost 60 to go get hit repeatedly in the head by a 200-plus pound 30-year-old? What kind of dude is you? Who raised you? That's something you're excited to see? Like I said, I'm not going to read the whole article, but you get the point with this. And let me show you what Mike Tyson has been doing for the past 20 years, since the last time he was knocked out. It's not like he's been staying active, staying in the gym, living a holistic lifestyle. This is what he's been doing for the past 20 years, since the last time he was knocked out.
Yeah, what's the chunga, man?
John's got a little bit of chonga.
No changa in the full set podcast.
Chunga?
No changa.
Oh.
Let's transition. How about
What's chonga? We got toad, chonga.
Essence.
Chonga's like 5 different types of DMT. Shut the fuck up. Yeah.
Almost done.
If you don't know, Chonga is DMT. Chonga is DMT. This was 2 years ago. This is fairly recent. And this is just an example. But this is something that he's been commonly doing. He has his own podcast, Mike Tyson does, smoking every day on his own podcast. This is what he's done recently. Smoking DMT publicly.
Y'all get
I'm
half.
not touching that.
Y'all get half of the smoke of this shit, nigga.
Mike, that's never mind.
They're
Can't talk
capping.
about that.
Ooh, motherfucker.
What is that? Changa? Wait, you're smoking DMT
Troy,
right
you
now?
trolling?
No, I swear.
That's DMT.
Yeah. You smell it?
No,
Nah.
get that fucking shit away from me. I can't do not today. Although there would be one time to do it, that would be Mike Tyson.
I mean, we do need a shaman present though. Mike said the rule is you need a shaman. We don't have a
This is the
shaman.
kind of stuff we can sneak around. It's not gonna make you pass out. Understand that? Whoa, your body goes here, your soul goes there. You're like, fuck.
See, Mike's been hanging around these white boys. My man's getting too comfortable. He let these guys hype him up. Yeah, Mike. Hey, I bet you still got it, don't you, Mike? Oh man, I wouldn't want to fight you, Mike. Yeah, you're gonna beat up Jake Paul. Then they go back behind closed doors. See, we gas Mike Tyson up. Jake Paul's gonna knock his head off. Yeah, dude. Hanging out with these white boys, man. Mike Tyson get way too comfortable. Over here smoking DMT publicly, hanging out with these white boys, getting comfortable, man. You got to keep your guards up, fellas. This one for the black folks out there, for the bros, real shit. And I try to limit the cursing and stuff on this channel, but hey, for the guys, y'all feel me? For the guys, hey man, don't get too comfortable. Yeah, I know we live in a desegregated world now. I understand that, and we got friends of different nations, different nationalities, different complexions. I get it, but don't get too comfortable, man. Real stuff, real spell. Don't get too comfortable. Stay woke.
Really?
20 minutes, you're gonna get 10,000 years of experience in 20 fucking minutes.
Can you get like a contact
down to
DMT
try it one
high?
day.
Can you get like the
Like
smoke
this
starting
shit,
blowing?
yeah, I
nervous. don't know
believe
if
you could, yeah.
Can you?
I
All
would
right, well,
assume
fuck
so.
that shit
Yeah.
then. Like, put that fucking DMT out here.
I ain't touching that, Mike. I don't even smoke. I'm fucking blitzed. I like it though.
How about,
I gotta
send me an
start smoking
ashtray,
again.
please.
Put on a fucking oxygen mask.
See, he over there smoking by himself. The other guy's not even smoking with him.
Like, where the fuck
They
am
went and
I?
gave him the stuff. He over there. Oh yeah, we're gonna smoke on the podcast. Be
Your
cool.
souls left. We're like, he's 21.
They're not even
cold
smoking it with him.
stars. Fuck. Fuck. What's some other cool stories,
Wait, but
Mike?
no, not even a story though. Another compliment to the weed, Mike. This weed, for anybody that's fucking watching, and I'm not doing this as an ad plug or anything because Mike's got his shit, but this fucking weed is
great.
It beats Black Leprechaun. It
Wow.
beats that shit that we smoked with Tory Lanez.
We smoked with Tory Lanez and we liked his weed. But yeah, this is a little stronger, but it's still not that point where like, dude, I used to smoke all the time and then I stopped and then when I started again, I just started like getting so paranoid and shit. But now this shit's like,
Tory's shit
it
is
doesn't
great,
like
but
make
your
you like
shit
that.
is fucking, it's prime.
Yeah, it's
So
dope.
how many stores Tory shit in?
What?
How many stores Tory shit in?
I don't know any of the details
know.
of Black.
Yeah, man. So that's what Mike's been on. That's what Mike's been on. Mike's been hanging around the white boys, getting comfortable. He's been getting comfortable over there smoking DMT, smoking weed. He's got his own weed strains. He got his own podcast. He's hanging out with the young boys, these young white boys, gassing them up. Oh yeah, Mike. Yeah, Mike. Hey, it's gonna be a payday, man. Oh, you're gonna get so much money, and I bet you win because you're the greatest, right, Mike? And then go back behind closed doors and laugh at him. Go back behind closed doors and laugh at him. The man's almost 60. For the life of me, I can't understand how elder abuse has become so normalized. People excited to see this. People excited to see some dude, some 200 plus pound dude in his 30s come hit a 60-year-old man repeatedly in the head. It's a sick thing when you really break it down. When you really think about what people are excited to see, it's really kind of sick. It's really kind of sick. And then we see that so I played you the clip. He's over here smoking weed every day, smoking DMT, drinking. He's not been keeping himself up. He lost 2 fights consecutively in 04 and 05. So it's not like he left on high. He hasn't won a fight in 20 plus years. He hasn't won a fight in 20 plus years. Over the course of 20 years of retirement, he's been drinking, smoking, partying, BSing. The man's almost 60. What exactly are you expecting to see? We see his age and his hips, his knees are looking bad. I'm sure y'all have seen, remember this clip of Mike Tyson sprinting? It's not even a 40-yard dash. If you haven't seen it, you got to check this out. You got to check this out.
Do you see this one?
Yep.
He's running. I don't don't know what that means. And trust me, he's running
I'm terrified, though.
in front of like some piping and draping and
That's
running
a
on a
message.
carpet, and he's making noises. And the only thing that would be beneficial for is to run away from Jake Paul.
Well, I think it was a message for you. He was running a 40 there.
We got to get him on it.
Can we get a timer on that? What's the clock?
Run, Rich, run is what he was doing.
There
Let's
he goes.
see. That's about
I don't think it's 40 yards. But do you think can we reach out to Tyson and get him to run a 40?
I bet you he
What do
would.
you think?
Just send him
For
a
the
DM.
kids?
I'm
He
sure
does
he
not
follows
40
you.
yards.
We can get to
Maybe
Tyson
20.
Anything for the kids.
for sure. Let's get him running a 40-yard dash
Since he's already doing it.
and say he's halfway there. That looked like a good 20 yards, right?
Oh, he can do 40, no doubt.
Don't you think?
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
the problem is, that, like, I just don't want him to pull anything, and all of a sudden the fight's off. I want to see him to fight Jake
No, we
Jake
need
Paul.
the fight to happen because we need Jake Paul to get his. TJ.
By the way, the
You know what I mean?
2 weeks from yesterday, the Monday after the draft, Chris Mannix is back here on the show.
Because
will
we
show
need
him
Jake Paul to get it.
video and everything else.
Everything. I'm
And
sure
every
there's gonna
single
be more
time
videos.
So we need the fight to happen.
About
He just
Mike
laughs.
Tyson.
Rolls his eyes at us.
He thinks Tyson's going to get waxed.
He thinks Netflix is
But-
paying us to pump.
But he's
this
like, I'm
up.
coming for you, was the tweet
Uh-huh.
to Jake Paul. And I appreciate the promotion, but how does running, what does that mean? He's in condition?
Well, you got to be in
And
condition.
by the way, that noise would keep me up at night.
Uh-huh.
Hearing Mike Tyson make that noise that he's coming for me. You see what I mean? Like that right there.
That's frightening.
Isn't that?
Yeah.
He's 57.
See, they go back and laugh at him. They're going back and laughing at him, man. They're like, oh yeah, we don't want the fight to get canceled. Yeah, because we gotta see that fight. We gotta see that fight. And I wish somebody would tap Mike and be like, yo, man, you don't gotta do this. You don't gotta do this. But it seems like especially all the white folks, they gotten on code. So they're all excited to see this. I think they know that Mike Tyson is going to get himself hurt. But that's what they want to see. That's what people want to see. That's what people want to see. They want to see a 60-year-old man get knocked out. They want to see a legacy get destroyed. And Jake Paul wants to go home and say, yeah, I knocked out Mike Tyson. Forget the fact that the man's 60 years old, bad knees. Forget the man has been drinking and smoking for the past 20 years of retirement. He's going to go home excited. I knocked out Mike Tyson. Wow. Wow. And it'll be the same folks who are loud about Joe Biden. What? Joe Biden's too old. Joe Biden's too old to be president. It doesn't matter that he has a whole system, a whole team, a whole government of support to keep him afloat. Joe Biden, yeah, he's too old. But Mike Tyson, oh, he's not too old. He's in his prime. The man's 60 years old. He's perfect. The man's the greatest of all time. Yeah. He can fight someone half his age. Just in denial. Just in denial. And excited to see it. And excited to see it. This is what Joe Rogan had to say on the topic.
You don't think they should be fighting past 55 or something like that? Huh?
I mean, I think a person, again, just like I think you should be able to do slap fighting, you should be able to ride bulls, do whatever the fuck you want.
But over like Mike
I don't-
Tyson fighting.
I don't think you should be able to stop a person from doing it. I think if they pass medicals, if they want, look, fighting's bad for everybody. It's bad for 20-year-olds. It's bad for 58-year-olds. You know, I just feel like you should be able to do whatever you want to do. I mean, look, riding bulls is always bad. It's always bad, but yet bull riding's legal. You know?
They're all on code.
BMX flips, those dudes do.
Instead of saying, yeah, he can do what he wants to do, but he probably
Fall
shouldn't.
down, break every fucking bone in their body, get horrible head trauma. That's legal. I feel like you should.
Listen to this
If
deflection.
you're an adult human being and you make a decision and you pass the medicals, they look at you, they say, yeah, he doesn't have brain problems, he doesn't have heart problems, let him fight.
But they should fight people closer to their same
Yes.
age, though.
Yeah, that's the Jake Paul thing is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You know, Mike is 50. He just turned 58 yesterday.
Yeah.
So Mike is going to be 58. Jake is going to be 28. Jake's active. You know, I mean, you see Mike run. It doesn't look like his knees are in good shape.
Oh, for real? I
No,
haven't seen
it
the
doesn't look
footage.
good.
I just seen him hitting pads.
He's done some sprints and stuff, and people look at it and go, "Rrr."
But I'm gonna tell you something. With all due respect, Mike Tyson just looked like his body type is awkward anyway.
Yeah.
The way he moves. So that might just be him. Have you ever seen him dance?
Yeah, he dances awkward.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so I assume that maybe part of him running like that is just his body mechanics. He's just like an awkward dude.
Perhaps. But he's also 58, you know, and then all the punishment of all those years. You know, I know he's had back problems and neck problems. I believe he's had neck surgery. You know,
Yeah.
it's 58 is 58. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. But then again, he's doing stem cells, peptides.
Man's had neck surgery. Come
hormones,
on.
Everything he wants. I mean, there's no way they're going to ask him to be clean at 58 years old.
But that's a dream fight to fight Mike Tyson, though. I'm
This
telling
is
you.
what Lennox Lewis said after the Usyk.
He says,
Fury
do
fight.
hucksters still try to entice Lewis back to the ring? He says, yeah, they do. But as my friend says, I ain't no fool. Hopefully that means a rejection of any stunt of a comeback for an undisputed championship as significant as Lewis. Undisputed champion, rather, as significant as Lewis. He laughs. I was seeing if I could catch you out there. For me, money talks, bullshit walks. Does that mean that he would consider an astronomical offer to make a return? That's what I'm saying. I'd 100% consider it. Lewis is still smiling when I ask if he works out regularly. Yes, I do. I ran 5 miles this morning. I swam a couple lengths, 100 meters. Then I woke up and took a shower. Oh, he's joking.
He looked like he still trains though. When I saw him,
Yeah.
I didn't see him with his shirt off or anything. But he, you know,
He's definitely not fat.
no,
No.
he looks good for his
How
age.
old is Lennox? 58. Yeah.
So they're trying to get Lennox Lewis the same way. They're trying to get Lennox Lewis the same way. Wow. Wow. No shame. No shame at all. That's crazy. That's crazy. The man is 58 years old. Almost 60 years old. Man's had neck surgery. He's been retired for the past 20 years. His last 2 fights he lost by way of knockout. And they really gassed that man to come out of retirement to fight a man that's 28. A man that's literally half his age. Less than half his age. Elder abuse. Elder abuse. So, to anyone who's excited to see that Jake Paul shit, and don't get me wrong, I'm probably going to watch it. I'm going to have to watch it. But I'm going to cringe my whole way through it. Because it's not going to be, I'm going to be watching it out of concern, empathy and concern. Some people I know are just going to be happy to see the man get knocked out. A lot of people are going to actually be excited to see, hoping Mike Tyson gets knocked out. That's really what they want to see. Don't get it twisted. Remember when they had that Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor fight? And they had it in Vegas. And you would think Conor McGregor is coming from Ireland. Mayweather is an American. The fight is in Las Vegas, USA. You would think that a lot of fans would be supporting Mayweather. But no. When they pan out to the audience, when the cameras pan out to the audience, all you saw was Irish flags waving. In America. In America, right here in USA, United States of America. When it was Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor, you go to Las Vegas and see that fight, everyone's got Irish flags. Listen, they want to see these black men get knocked out. That's really what it's about. It doesn't matter if you're 60 years old. They want to see these black men get knocked out. A lot of these fights, Floyd Mayweather, that man has made hundreds of millions, if not a billion at this point, just defending himself. Because mind you, he's not the best offensive fighter. He's a masterful defensive fighter. And he has been defending himself and putting on these black-white fights. Mind you, some of his biggest purses, fights like Manny Pacquiao, right? Manny Pacquiao, Conor McGregor recently. Conor McGregor, Manny Pacquiao. Fighting these racially motivated fights. The difference is Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao are closer in age. Even though Manny Pacquiao was a little bit older past his prime, it wasn't a 30-year gap. That's significant. There really is. There really is. And they're trying to monetize the racial angle there. I think that's something that shouldn't be underestimated. Now, guys, we're going to have to make a new video breaking into that NABJ interview. They had a black journalist interviewing Donald Trump. So we're going to have to break into that video. All right. So we're going to break that down in a separate live. That's going to be it for this one. I will see you on the next one. But if you've made it this far in this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button if it's your first time watching. Smash the subscribe button for more content just like this. All right. Going to keep improving the channel, bringing some interesting topics for y'all. So be sure to subscribe and come on back for more. Catch you on the next one. Peace.